Hello planner peeps, and welcome back to another video. I'm very scared. So I am planning on making a, oh hey, there's instructions. Maybe I should look. Oh wait, oh no. Oh, that's for swatching. Okay, sorry. So, deep breaths, guys, deep breaths. What I am doing is I'm gonna try using watercolors in my planner for the first time ever. And as you can tell, I am very, very afraid. Mostly because I don't really know how to watercolor at all. I did some tests like yesterday, and it's like it wasn't horrendous, but you know. The worst thing is, so this is a collab with Jenn from Chappy Plans. And the worst thing is that this was my idea. I did this to myself. I'm like, yeah, like let's do this. So I regret my life choices. Let's just leave it at that. I don't regret collabing with Jenn. That is the one thing about this that I do not regret. All right, so I will have a link to her video, but what I do regret is having this bright idea. So what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try and make like a fall sunset kind of. The thing about this is that I have already planned on the page behind it. So I want to be very careful not to put too much color on this, because otherwise, or not color, too much water on this, because otherwise I'm gonna run the risk of bleeding through. So now this isn't very pigmented at all. So I'm gonna add, I don't know if you can see this or not, but I'm just adding more pigment to the water. And now I'm gonna try going over it again. Yeah, that's way better. And so what I'm trying to do is I'm gonna make like a sunset background, and then I was thinking of having some trees that I was gonna draw in black. And then, well, and then that's it. And so you'll notice I've put down some, I've taped this to some chipboard. So I had the chipboard left over from our Amuse Designs shipping stuff, because that's how we used to ship items, to make sure that they didn't like crease. But now we're using some Stay Flat mailers, so we don't need it anymore. The idea of doing something like this with some, like, just a little bit of like an ombre sunset thing, it's not that hard, all right? Like, this is legitimately my second time using watercolor ever. So, okay. So I think we're clean now. Now let's see, let's grab, do I want amaranth or scarlet red? I want amaranth, I like that. So then what I'm gonna do is, oh, that looks very pigmented. I need a little more water. Okay, well now I need a little more pigment. This is just how it goes, right? now I can, right here, I'm gonna go down to like there-ish. Just gonna be living our best lives. I think what I'm gonna have to end up doing is adding some more water right there so that like the ombre works a little better. All right, so life updates. Gil has been working at his job. He's been training or whatever. You know, that thing they do. But he's been enjoying it. It's not like horrendously soul-sucking, so we'll take it. Okay, that color looks exactly the same. Admittedly, that is the point, but still. It's not supposed to look exactly the same. So it'll probably darken up when I go over it a second time. Or maybe if I just add a little more pigment into it. And I'll get a little darker. Yeah, there we go. So a little more here. I think you're supposed to wait for these to dry before you put more on. What am I gonna say? I'm a moron. Oh, this side needs some love. Some TLC. Don't go. I can't. I'm sorry. Oh, I think I'm hilarious. Okay. Now, something that I'm thinking about right now. Just want to make sure. Okay. Is that I just want to drop a little water there and there and along there to just try and like sort of loosen up that boundary. I don't know if that's how it works. Kind of like smudge it so it's a little more natural. Like I said, I don't know if that's how it works. After doing it, I'm fairly certain that it is not. Okay, we're just gonna grab my next color. We're going a little deeper red. Just take that. Yeah, that's definitely red. And it also needs more pigment. Oh, that's a little too much. Well, it's what we have. We're gonna go with it. Alright, so when this is done, you should all go check out Jenn, Chappy Plans, her channel. You probably already have, because she has a larger channel than I do. So thank you for collabing with me, Jenn. Alright, what is happening? This is like, has lost all of its pigment. Who knows? Probably people who are better at watercolor know. Because I am just playing around. I asked for this set for Christmas from my best friend Emma, who I run Amuse Designs with, now on Etsy. I'm sorry, I can't. But okay, that did not go well. Okay, this is just like really not my favorite. Maybe I should have practiced with my watercolors a little more. Jenn, help. She was just like, hers is so pretty and mine is just like not. Okay. Alright, we're gonna go into the cadmium now. I don't even know. I'm fairly certain that I'm not on camera right now when I'm just picking these colors up. Who knows? Okay. Honestly, the thing that had sort of inspired this the most would be Haley Remdy, because she does gouache predominantly, which is what I was originally going to do because I wasn't sure about watercolors for good reason. Oh god, pigment. Where did you go? There she is. And so watercolor is like a basically, or gouache is like a mix of acrylic and watercolor in terms of texture. I have like a little piece of paper that I kind of like was just playing with gouache on. Back when I was like, yes, gouache is the best, because it is. Gouache is the best. Yeah, and you can see how sort of rumply this is getting, especially up there. It's because I didn't tape down the entire thing to the chipboard, which it's like, if I knew then what I know now, I would have. Okay. I'm just gonna grab the orange real quick. Actually, do I want it to be orange or do I want to go golden yellow? I was a little too late for that. I already went with orange. Now I've got TLC stuck in my head. Thanks a lot, guys. I really, really hope that this doesn't ruin the planner spread that's on the other side. Okay. Now, back to life updates. I've been watching Squid Games. That's my real big life update. You know, me, like everyone else on the planet, has been loving that. I also really loved 3% back in the day, so this reminds me of it. And, ooh, she pretty. And so we were watching that. We've been watching that like maybe one episode every night, depending on how we're feeling. We watched 2 episodes last night because it was Friday night and we were just feeling it. And we watched episode 6 and I cried. Not because of the gore, I can tell you that. Gore doesn't get to me. Sad stuff does. Oh my god, this is just nuts. This looks very weird. That's okay. It's fine. See, yeah, it can't really like sort of blur these edges much more. Because the thing about gouache is like you can constantly reactivate it if you need to, but here, not really getting that. Oh, that one's still wet from earlier. What the heck? Oh man. Okay. Oh man. Oh god. So I posted on my story about Squid Games, and now everybody is messaging me because all the ladies and gents in Plannerverse like it too. Okay. So now, well, this might not be my best work. Now what I need to do is move this off to the side or something. We're gonna clean that up later, along with my shame. Let's do it at the top. Oh god. Oh no. That did not go well. You see that? Be careful. Okay. Now I could use an acrylograph, like, what's it called? Paint pen. I think I'm gonna try using waterproof. They say it's waterproof. Let's test that. Oh yeah, shit. I was not expecting that. So I'm using a Pigma brush pen to so this is archival ink. And I'm just gonna paint, or brush, I guess. So this is like the trunk of a tree, and then I'm gonna put some branches out this way. What's nice about this is that it's a lot more forgiving. So here I'm gonna have the base of another tree, but it's gonna go way higher. It's gonna go up to like here. How convenient. I'm covering up a lot of mistakes. Okay. This is the part that I was most excited about, just sort of adding in the details. Because this is also something that Haley Remdy does very well, where she has like kind of like black. Okay, I just need to think about this for a moment. Do I want it to be one big tree? I'm thinking about this out loud because there's no other way. Okay. Because I definitely, yeah. All right, so we're gonna have this one and it's gonna have some branches going this way. I'm trying to think of how trees work. Now, I've said this before, and I'm just going to say it again. I'm scared to look at the other side. So, like, Archer and Olive, generally speaking, is known for having very good, like, planners in terms of thickness. But, you know, I'm just going to look. Oh, my God. Okay, we're good. We're good. The ink hasn't smeared. This tree is gonna be super tall. Haha, trees. If you watch my videos, honestly, you deserve the world, because you put up with like all of my crap and just weird stuff that I say while I'm planning. There is a reason that, you know, I don't edit these videos apart from laziness, and it's just because, you know, I want you to see who I am as sort of a person, not just like how I'm presenting myself. Which, I mean, obviously, you know, you're only seeing, you're seeing some of it, right? But like, I don't know. I don't want to talk crap about anybody, but it's like, I just, you know, some people have said, they're like, oh my gosh, you're so authentic, and like, I love that you are who you are, and I'm like, yeah, there's no one else to be. I think I'm just gonna have this tree go all the way up. It's gonna make my life a heck of a lot easier. Another thing is that, like, so with these branches, I'm realizing that I did strategically sort of cover some of the parts that were bad. And by bad, I just mean they were less polished. What's also nice here is that, like, you know, trees aren't completely straight. They have like lumps and stuff, so this also works there too. Okay, let's see. I think I want this. Oh shoot! But Thursday. Why you gotta be there Thursday? Why you gotta be like this? Okay, I'm just gonna go around it, and then keep going up. Thursday, worst week of the day, or worst day of the week. That's not actually true. I really like Wednesdays, and obviously everyone loves Fridays because it's the last day. Okay, and this one's also going up, but it's going up like here. It's a very weird shape for a tree. Also, I will say, I'm putting my hand on this. I definitely should have waited longer because it is not completely dry. And this one is just a very thin tree. Maybe they're different species, who knows? This is also my first time actually using my Pigma brush pen as it's intended. I like to think that this is from that one, and those are from this one. And then let's just add another branch here. And you get a branch. Oh god, some of them are a lot thicker than others. I probably should have thought of that. I'm also gonna make this one a little bit better. Oh god, it's really hard because it's right in the seam. Okay, that looks better. That looks at least a little more natural. I really like this one though. Oh my god, those are not aligned. Okay, well, it's just a curvy tree. That's not a big deal. And then, honestly, is this done? I don't know. I'm gonna stand up and look at it. Cause like, I'll be honest, I'm digging it. Like, it's not terrible. I have seen worse. Ooh, what I could do is I could put just like one here. I'm going to do that, where it's just a branch, but it's from a different tree that you can't see. Ooh. And actually, one last thing. I'm just gonna. There's another tree here, because I can. Okay, so that it's from this tree. And I'm just gonna draw that line up. Okay, that is very cool. It's like a scene. I don't know why I'm like this, I'm sorry. Okay, so I'm gonna let this dry, obviously, and like, you know, make sure everything's cool on the other side. You can see it's not bleeding, so to speak. I mean, there is around the little crease. Like that part, I think I just smeared and it got on this side. But we need to check the important side, which is this week's sort of planner spread. Yeah, the truth comes out. It bled a little bit through. All right, well, it's not the end of the world. It's because it didn't bleed through the paper, really. It bled through the seam right there. And that's, you know, I can't really fault it for that because it's not the paper's fault. It's the seam's fault / my fault. All right, well, that's probably why people will paint it on separate and then like glue it in or something. All right, well, if you liked this video, go ahead and hit that like button. Remember that this was a collab with Chappy Plans, Jenn. So go check out her video because it's really good. Comment down below if you want to see me try more fun things like watercolor and gouache and like drawing, I don't know, in my planner. And as always, happy planning.